What is up, everyone? It's Wacko. Welcome you to week 5 of CLDL, Cucumber Cup 6. We are against Pro Shuriken this week. Um, Thankfully, we decided to play on Wednesday, so we didn't have to deal with this later in the week. And I was very thankful for it because I also felt like I had a really good matchup. Um, Unlike last week when we played FAC, and FAC had a really good team. This team, I felt like there was a bunch of options I could take, but I also wasn't sure exactly what one I could take. Um, I could really use like Meowscarada, I could use like Latios, I could use, I guess, Goldingo, I could use Torn. But also the problem is like, who do I replace? Because I don't think I replaced Gouge, but it's either like Roymoon or Gengar. And I am not exactly sure who I'd replace from those guys, but um, without further ado, either way, I'm still going to go for the win. Um, this week we have Torn with Bleak Windstorm, Icy Wind, Heat Wave, and Sunny Day, holding a Heat Rock because Weather Rocks are allowed in most leagues, but SDS has not. And because of the calcs I've seen, I would hope that leagues start banning Weather Rocks because I think the calcs for this matchup was fucking insane. So our next mon is Gouging Fire. And you might see like, oh, he has a Gliscor, it's like super physically tanky. Oh, he has Tatsugiri, it 4 times resists Heat Crash. I mean, like, it still dries to, like, a dragon move, but, I also have Misty Terrain up, so, I mean, maybe it can live a dragon move. Um, he also has Prim and Infernape and Latios, which also resist Heat Crash, but according to my calcs, a lot of them just kind of die to Heat Crash boosted by Charcoal in the Sun with an Adamant Nature. And that's what I ran, so I'm Mono Heat Crash with Morning Sun, um, Dragon Dance, and Sunny Day. Um, just in case my Sunny Day runs out. And like he does have a Gliscor, so I'm expecting it to be spamming like Protect probably. Um, but yeah. We also have Tapu Fini. So in order to get in my Gouging Fire after a Torn sets up Sun, is I have eject button on it. We're also running Moonblast, Hydro Pump, and Draining Kiss with, and also Haze as my last move. Setup kind of spooked me a little bit. In case he was like SD, Agility, Gliscor, like Calm Mind, Agility, like Latios or something. Calm Mind Prim. Some form of Toxicity, even though I'm definitely probably not staying in on a Toxicity with this thing. But also Toxicity shouldn't be coming versus Glow King Treads, I would think. But yeah, just kind of help deal with things. It even got rid of like Coco's Terrain if that was needed. Our next set was Iron Treads, which in case he did bring Coco, which I actually kind of thought maybe he'd bring Coco, but I wasn't exactly sure. Fac brought Coco against me, and it definitely, I wouldn't say it really did that much, but it definitely helped him win the game because Gouge got toxicked by it, and it lived a hit from my, was that a I think it was Temper Flare against Fac. But yeah, there's that, and then, but my treads is expert built with an, am I adamant? I'm adamant nature with earthquake, heavy slam, ice spinner, and rapid spin. Basically with terrain up, treads just kills everything. Even if it doesn't kill something, it's chipping it down for gouge, and weakening things down for gouge if that is necessary. Our Mega Lopunny I brought because it's faster than everything else. Sporting the Fake Out, Close Combat Return, and Triple Axle. I guess that's pretty self-explanatory. Like, it literally is just here to outspeed everything and also kind of come in on either like a trick from Goldingo or like a Thunder Wave if needed because I have Limber before I Mega Evolve. So it can kind of do that. Not sure how well it takes to make it rain, but I didn't calc that. Our last mod, I almost brought Gengar. However, I brought my old reliable with Belly Bolt because I felt like Belly Bolt matched up really well into the top 3, and then even into like Infernape and Prim. even like Toxicity to an extent. I felt really safe with Belly Bolt. It also resists Make It Rain, and if he clicks Make It Rain, then he's going to be taking a lot of chip from Thunderbolt. So I was like, oh, Belly Bolt is actually really good in this matchup. It also kind of, sort of helped deal with Pinsir, even though, yeah, because Gengar is going to get one-shot by Quick Attack probably. I don't know. I don't like Gengar, to be honest. He might be the guy that's out next time I win a game. So, yeah, anyways, next time, or this time, let me change my scene. Instead of bringing Torn and Coco like I was kind of expecting him to, he actually opted to not bring them. And he opted to bring the Infernape, Meowscarada, Primarina. So we got that starter trio, which is really cool. A really cool starter trio, by the way. We also have the Latios, Goldango, and Gliscor. And starting things off, I think I wasn't expecting him to lead Gliscor, but I expected Gliscor to be like a safe switch for him in case he needed it. And also, Gliscor kind of loses to like my top 5. Like, it only beats Belly Bolt. I guess it can kind of annoy Gouge. Like, Gouge can't like set up on it. But I'm not expecting him to lead Gliscor because if it's for Gouge, then I'm just kind of not expecting him to like do that much. Let me turn off my sound really quick. I'll click play. So yeah, I lead the Belly Bolt as he leads Infernape. I'm like, okay, this is pretty much for Infernape, partially. Like, Belly Bolt's kind of like a catch-all mon. And I'm expecting him to either like hard swap or U-turn into Gliscor. Based off the U-turn, I see that he's pretty much just Jolly, like max attack probably. I think he actually did 12.6 to me, but yeah, he ended up taking more from Rocky Helmet, which is funny. He's gonna bring in the Gliscor, which I expected him to. I'm gonna Muddy Water, which lowers his accuracy, which is nice for me. I'm gonna bring in my Torn because he will protect, and also my Torn is really bulky. Yeah, I think this is the first time I'm not running like offensive Torn. It has like 32 special attack EVs just because I could afford it. But I opted to not speed tie his Torn. Instead, I opted to outspeed his Latios, assuming his Latios wasn't like Scarf or something. Just so I can afford a little bit more bulk into the Coco if I needed to. I can take a Thunderbolt from Coco basically with my spread. But he's going to Poison Heal and he'll protect. I'm going to Icy Wind. I'm going to expect him to switch out because he saw my Icy Wind. So I'm going to predict him to switch in Primarina on Iowa Bleak Wind Storm. I do see that he's leftovers and it looks like he's max HP. He's going to start Calm Mining, which is kind of scary. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to bring in my Feeny now. I'm kind of expecting him to just Calm Mine again because I'm also really not expecting him to like click a button into Torn. But yeah, the leftovers is healing him back. I'm going to click Haze as he Energy Balls. Thank God I had Haze. And I'm also going to activate my Eject button as I bring in Gouging Fire. And now I have 5 turns of Adamant Nature, Photosynthesis, Sun Boosted Stab Heat Crash, which is 120 base power on every single mon that he brought. I'm going to click Dragon Dance. He's going to Calm Mind, which I suppose makes sense. I'm going to click Heat Crash because I think I was a little bit scared of like a Moonblast into like Scarf Meow coming in or something, but I think what I should have done is probably just click Dragon Dance again. However, I was also like, oh, I'm kind of running out of turns with my Sun. So I'm just going to Heat Crash again. Prim is going to go down. Gliscor is going to come in. I'm expecting him to protect, but he actually doesn't. I knew I was pretty safe, though, based on like just seeing that he's like Poison Heal Protect. That he was not like super attack invested, so I was able to tank the Earthquake as I Dragon Dance. I was pretty much 100% expecting him to protect there though. He's gonna Poison Heal up. He's actually gonna switch out on my Morning Sun, which by the way in the Sun gives me an extra good percent. How much percent is that? I Dragon Dance. He takes me down to 16. I'm Morning Sun, brings me to 82. Shouldn't that have brought me to like 91? I thought Morning Sun and the Sun was, I thought it was 75%. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Um, However, Sun's gonna run out, but I'm like, okay, that's fine. I 4 times resist a fire move anyways, so I'm pretty safe to click Sunny Day again because I'm not really helping Infernape that much, and I knew based off his damage to Belly Bolt earlier that he's not choice banned or anything. So I was like, okay, I can just kind of tank the hit. He's gonna lower his defense, and I will click Heat Crash. Now I have another 3 turns after this of just spamming Heat Crash. He's not even gonna click Protect with Gliscor. I think maybe he thought I would Morning Sun. Probably not DD again, but I think he wanted to see if I would Morning Sun and then go for like crit EQ because he really has to just sack things here. And also Gliscor is dying anyways, I think at +2 with Heat Crash, so he has to leave Latios as his last hope. Meowscarada is just gonna die. No ifs and or buts. Goldingo's gonna come in. I'm gonna Heat Crash. That thing's gonna die like 5 times. Probably even more than 5 times, probably like 10 times. And Latios is gonna come in. It's just barely gonna take that Heat Crash. I don't know what his investment is, but I'm assuming maybe not very invested because Sun is gone, which also means my Photosynthesis is gone. So it was like a 30% boost on top of another 50% boost that I was getting just from Photosynthesis and having Sun up. So yeah, Gouge is like not really boosted up anymore. Luster Purge will knock me out, and you know what? Fair enough. He deserves something here. Like I can't just 6-0 someone after taking like 0 damage on anything. Like he didn't even see my treads. But yeah, I'm gonna Mega Evolve the Lopunny, click Fake Out, and he will go down. And that'll be GG's. Now back to this matchup thing. I still have not decided who to take. I am leaning towards taking Meowscarada, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna replace Roaring Moon, because in my opinion, Roaring Moon, like, it's hard to bring to games, I feel. Being 4 times weak to like Fairy and being weak to like fighting and stuff, like it's really hard for Moon to like get going. And I really did need like manual Sun to like get Gouge to do anything. But I think if I'm going to use Sun, like I'm just going to use Gouge. Gouge is tanky enough to just click Dragon Dance in most matchups. Even with the Misty Terrain, I was like, if I wanted to run a Dragon move to hit Latios, I could have, because Latios is floating in the air, which means a Dragon move is 100% on Latios. But if Latios clicked Draco Meteor on me, then it would have been at 50% power. So I was like, even then, like, Gouging Fire is still good with, like, Misty Terrain. So I'm definitely not getting rid of that Gouge for now. And I'm technically also not getting rid of them. I'm just kind of benching them for a while. So I could swap it out, but I'm having a tough time deciding if I should do Moon or Gengar. I'm deciding whether or not I should just pick up Coco, or if I should pick up Meow or Latios or Goldingo. I think anything else, like, I'm not really considering. I could do Gliscor, I guess, but I don't think I need Gliscor. I mean, it's also floating in the air, so it's not like Gliscor is fucked by Feeny existing. Anything below Gliscor, I think, like, is just not worth taking. Technically, Pro Shuriken did snipe Primarina from me, which is funny, but what am I going to do with Primarina now that I have, like, I just have Tapu Fini anyways? Infernape isn't really doing anything better than Gouge or Lop. Toxtricity, like, that's an interesting mon, but it's very hard to, like, justify using it. Mega Pinsir and Tatsugiri are just kind of, like, too low tier, and I already have a Mega, so I'm, like, not going to take that. Tatu offers Spin, but, like, I don't really need that Spinner, even though I think I only have... No, I have Feeny as well. I was gonna say I only have Torn and Treads for removal, but that's fine. I am leaning on taking Meow, and I'm also maybe considering just removing Gengar, because Gengar is just like, it's a special attacker, but I don't really like it that much. It's like kind of hard to bring. And I was gonna bring it this week, but then I replaced it for Belly Bolt because I was like, oh, Belly Bolt is more reliable at like doing some defensive utility. Excuse me. But also Meow offers me like a better grass type, even though I'm not really in need of like a grass type. But it's a ground resist, which is helpful. It's not too much of a ground resist, but it does resist ground. Like it can do that. And it's a starter, so it has like that natural like starter bulk in a way. So I think I'm leaning on taking Meow. I guess technically Latios also resists ground, but I'm not sure if I need Latios. If it replaced Gengar, I'd be having 3 dragons with Misty Terrain. I think that actually kind of sold me on Meow. I could take Coco as well, but I think Coco's kind of boring. And like, I just don't really need Coco, I don't think. But, I mean, either way, having Coco would help me have treads a little bit. But I don't, like, it's not like I have other Paradox Mons that are, like, super boosted by having Coco. And also, like, if I need Torn to take an electric hit, having Coco is not going to allow it to do that. So, I guess I don't really see the need to have Coco. But I could do Coco, but I'm probably going to do Meow. And yeah, either way, I will see you guys next week. Actually, probably not next week, because I think because I won, I will get a bye next week, because basically what they're going to do is they're going to try to get a top 16 into playoffs, but because I won this game, I should be like first or second, or I should probably be like second. Maybe I stay in third, I don't know, because I think there's only 2 undefeated coaches, but I should be fine for next week to have a bye. I definitely ended the season a lot better than I did last time before playoffs, and last time I did get a bye, so I would imagine I get one. But yeah, either way, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. It's kind of a lame game, but there's a lot to discuss because it was the last week of Swiss. So, yeah, I will see you guys next week. Thank you for watching.